Hi, friends, and welcome to another Kingdom Conversation with Bishop Wayne Malcolm. This ministry is here to serve those believers who have been called to the marketplace as entrepreneurs, professionals, influencers, and creators alike. This month, we are digging deep into the archives of the Business Bishop to share some insights and ideas that are designed to locate and to activate the best part of you. At the end of this message, we have an exciting announcement for you. But now, let's go into the session where Bishop Wayne was teaching a transformational message.
All right, so tonight I'm here's an outline. So I'm going to talk about favor and why favor matters. I'm going to talk about what favor is. I'm going to talk about how it works. Talk about why it works. We're going to ask the question: is there a formula? And what is the formula? What is the favor formula? So let's dive in now. Now, this is not just my conclusion, but it is the conclusion of every major success philosopher who has analyzed at a profound level the contributing factors to a person's success in the workplace and in the marketplace. And the conclusion is that success in the marketplace is only 20% skill. Okay? Only 20% of your career success is a reflection of your technical skills. And so I know that people are constantly trying to upskill and to get more tools and to get more technique. However, those skill sets, those tools, those techniques will only account for 20% of your success in the marketplace. And I want to read what I've written here. Only 20% of your career success is a reflection of your technical skills. A technical skill is something you do really well, like public speaking, writing, singing, cooking, accounting, coding, graphic design, sales. So if you're really good at something, that's your technical skill. It is critical that you hone, develop, and master your craft. That is critical. However, you should be under no illusions about how much success this will bring your way. In other words, some of the best musicians are singing in train stations and public squares, singing and playing with a hat or a blanket on the floor, hoping that someone drops a penny, a dollar, a pound in the basket. The fact that you're really good at something doesn't mean you're going to be very successful in the marketplace. Many of the people at the top of their field right now are not as good as you at doing what they do. So why are they there? This is a mystery, and it's a very important mystery for us to grapple with. And if you don't get this, what I'm going to teach tonight, you're not only going to become frustrated, but you're equally going to become resentful. You're going to become resentful because you're going to be seeing people at the top earning big bucks, doing what you do, but nowhere near as well as you. You're going to see them singing and with huge followings, packed stadiums, huge streaming numbers, record sales. You're going to see it, and you're going to know, I can sing better than you. I'm a better songwriter than you. I'm a better singer than you. You're going to see people who can cook. You're going to see people who cook, but not as good as you. Opening restaurants, restaurant chains, delivering food that you think is substandard. You're going to see accountants and coders and graphic designers and salespeople doing amazing things, knowing that you're better than them, and you're going to get frustrated, and if you're not careful, resentful, because you're going to feel like there's a conspiracy against you. You're going to feel like, Why is it that this person's been given an opportunity? Why is it this person's been given the investment, the seed capital, the funding? Why has this person got all the support? Why has this person got a bigger following than me when I am better than them? The answer is that technical skill only accounts for 20% of your success in the marketplace. Now, you're going to see me using the words marketplace and workplace interchangeably because, the workplace speaks to career professionals. The marketplace speaks to entrepreneurs and business owners and leaders. Okay? So if you're in the workplace, you're working within an organization. If you're in the marketplace, then you are creating value, bringing products and services to market. You're an entrepreneur, you're a business owner, you're a business leader. And I'm going to be using those two phrases because when it comes to success at work, only 20% of it is due to your skills, is a reflection of your skill set. In other words, it's a small percentage of your success that can be attributed to your skill. And the sooner you know this, the better, because not because, I think skills are unimportant. I think skills are very important. I think it's important that you master your craft. I think it's critical that you master your craft. But you should not be under the illusion that this is all it's going to take to catapult you to the top. Because fully 80% of your success is due to what I call spiritual intelligence. Now, I call it spiritual intelligence because it's an umbrella phrase that describes three sorts of intelligence. So fully 80% of your career success will reflect your level of instinctive, that's your instincts, okay? Your commercial, entrepreneurial, and professional instincts, your instinctive success, your instinctive intelligence, your social or relational intelligence, and your emotional intelligence. So fully 80% of your career success will reflect your level of instinctive, social, and emotional intelligence. Let's break this down. Social intelligence is a people skill, and it describes your ability to create rapport. Rapport is a fascinating word and concept and idea, but it's really the art of clicking, gelling, and verbally dancing with other people. Okay? So when you're verbally dancing and the conversation is flowing and the conversation is rich and it's just happening, defenses are low. Defenses are lowered and trust is high. That is rapport. And it's a skill. And it's a skill that can be called social or relational intelligence that comes out of your social or relational intelligence, your ability to create rapport, how to win friends and influence people. So that's one of the success classics by Dale Carnegie, a book entitled How to Win Friends and Influence People. So the truth is that no one will ever go along with you if they cannot get along with you. Okay? No one will ever go along with you if they cannot get along with you. Your people skills are going to contribute to your success in ways that surpass your technical skill. So you can be technically really good at something, but if you are not relationally good, those technical skills will be obscured. They'll be missing. Hey, Kervin, good to see you from Trinidad. The second intelligence is emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is a personal skill that puts you in command of your own state. Okay, your own state. So what's my state? Now, a lot of people don't know what state they're in because they don't practice any form of self-awareness. So they don't really know that I'm not in a good mood. I'm not in a good place. I'm not feeling very resourceful. I'm not feeling very energetic. I'm not feeling very optimistic. I'm not feeling very confident. And they don't know how to label this and say, okay, I'm in an unresourceful state right now, and if I'm going to perform at peak levels, I'm going to need to find a peak state, and I'm going to need to change the way I'm feeling right now so I can change the way I'm functioning right now. That's emotional intelligence. And it also describes your ability to manage emotionally charged situations. So if you're going to be in management, if you're going to manage a team, you're not just managing a skill set, you're managing emotions, all right? Because some people on the team, are going to be down, they're going to be frustrated, they're going to be discouraged, they're going to be angry, they're going to be resentful, they're going to feel insecure. All these feelings come with people, and if you are emotionally intelligent, you'll be able to change the emotional climate and environment in which your team is operating so as to get the team into a collective state that is productive and resourceful. And so emotional intelligence is very much responsible for success in the marketplace, and more so than your technical skill. Because if you're technically brilliant but emotionally, out of control, then what happens is you're easy to discourage. You become easy to, you know, you become the type of person who quits very quickly because someone doesn't like you or because someone said something, and now you're feeling unresourceful, and now you're feeling rejected, and now you're ready to quit. Look, if you're going to make it in the marketplace is a jungle. It's tough. It's not easy. If you're going to make it in the marketplace, you're going to have to become emotionally resilient so that criticism and rejection don't affect you in the same ways that they affect other people. All right, because you listen. If you're going to be at the top of your field, then you're going to become the top pick of many conversations. And if you're unhappy to be the topic of conversations, then you may not make it to the top of your field. And then the third one is instinctive intelligence, and your instincts is your God-given inclination towards survival and success. So instinctively, we seek to survive, and we make decisions. In the interest of our survival. And we not only seek to survive, we seek to thrive and succeed. And we do this instinctively as human beings in ways that animals do not, because we have the image and the likeness of God. We instinctively seek to survive and thrive. And when you have those thriving instincts and those survival instincts, together with emotional intelligence and social intelligences, these three will account for 80% of what makes you successful. So you could be the best singer in the world. You could be the best cook. You could be the best hairstylist. You could be the best graphic designer. You can be the best radio talk show host you could be the best technically, but if you are not socially intelligent, emotionally intelligent, and instinctively intelligent, you are not going to win in the marketplace. Woo! Was that good or was that good? Actually, that was very good. And my slides are trying it, but don't worry, I got them. So here's what I want to say to you. I want to say to you that career acceleration is real. Like I'm inundated with testimonials from people who have been exposed to my ministry or who have been my clients or my students, And they've provided me with evidence of the fact that a career can be accelerated. A business's growth can be accelerated. Like, this is not just a catchphrase. This is not a cliche. This is not, this is not, some convention theme. These are facts. All right. These are facts. And I want to talk about defying. I want to explain what I mean by career acceleration. Career acceleration means, number one, defying the odds. So even if the odds are stacked against you and you are the least likely to win, you can still win in business or in your profession. Even if the odds are stacked against you. You're the wrong age, you're the wrong gender, you're the wrong color, you have the wrong resume, you can still win professionally and entrepreneurially, because career acceleration is real. And those of you that are really kind of following in with me already know why it's real. You know why it's real. It's real because 80% of what makes you successful is internal. It's hidden. It is your social, your emotional, and your instinctive intelligences that give you the advantage in the marketplace. And so because these things give you an advantage, then actually your career can be accelerated very fast, even if you don't technically have all of the know-how. Sometimes you technically learn how to do it once a new position has been made available to you. You can defy the odds. Let me go over to the top right, jumping the queue. That's getting ahead of many others who are fighting for the same position. Now, if you're one of those who've already experienced that, I would love to hear from you in the chat box that actually there were 100 people fighting for the same position, but for some reason you got to the front of the queue, or in America, you got to the front of the line. You were at the back of the line, you were the last, but you became the first. Jesus said, many that are first will be last, and many that are last are going to be first. And sometimes we experience God taking us from the back of the queue and putting us at the front. Number 3, bottom left, chosen for promotion. You can be selected for a role for which you have no formal qualification. So a lot of people who are right now in positions of significance and influence and power literally were not qualified for the role. Favor found them and chose them for the promotion. And sometimes they don't even get it. Like, why me? Okay, why me? And I'm seeing the testimonies come through now because these are facts. Judah says, been there. Aaron and Lisa says, God has blessed me even this year above the other applicants. And these are facts. Like, people experience it. Sometimes they can't explain it. Now, after tonight, you will be able to explain it because I'm going to break down the science of favor. Now, the fourth one is securing investors. So this is where private investors can provide the capital for projects and ventures. So even if your project, your venture as an entrepreneur, it was gonna come to £100,000 or dollars that you needed as seed capital to get the business going, and no bank would give it to you, but someone said, you know what, I like you, I like your idea, I believe in your idea, and I'm going to put up the 100K that you need to get the business started. Now, these are facts, my friends. These things are happening every day all over the world. People are getting the 100K, the $1 million dollars that they need to start the venture. They're getting it by favor. They're getting promoted by favor. They're jumping the queue by favor. They're defying the odds by favor. And I'm here to tell you that one day of favor is worth a lifetime of labor. And you need to choose right now if your success is going to be attributed to labor or is it going to be attributed to favor. Woo! My God, that was a good time to make some noise. Is your success going to be attributed to labor or to favor? Because if it's going to be attributed to labor, you need to go back to the Genesis and realize that God put Adam, the original man, inside a garden of fruitful garden. Okay? But when he was expelled, okay, he was told that the earth will no longer cooperate with you, and that in the sweat of your face you will eat bread all the days of your life till you return to the ground, for dust you are, and to dust you will return. In other words, a lifetime of labor was the curse, but favor was the blessing. And we need to decide whether we're going to live under the blessing or under the curse. Now, I've already made up my mind that I want to defy the odds, jump the queue, be chosen for promotion, and secure investments by favor, not simply by labor. Doesn't mean there's nothing for me to do. There's a lot for me to do. But in the end, favor is going to take me where I really want to go. Now, if you want biblical precedent for this, let's just check it out. Number one, Joseph, my favorite Old Testament character. He went from the prison to the palace in one day. One day. Come on, somebody. I'm loving what you're putting in the chat box here. He went from the prison to the palace in one day. Labor doesn't do that. Favor does that. Okay? So favor can take you from the guttermost to the uttermost in 24 hours. I believe in the 24-hour miracle. I believe that in 24 hours, your life can change dramatically. I believe that in the next 24 hours, life can become very different for you, because that's the God I serve. That's the God I'm in covenant with. He changes people's circumstances and outcomes in 24 hours. Joseph went from the pit to the palace. And that doesn't happen by labor, that happens by favor. Top right, Esther. Esther went from obscurity to notoriety, from powerless to powerful in a day. She was chosen. She was selected to be the queen, the ceremonial queen of the most powerful man in the world. She was selected for the top job. Bang! And the competition was fierce, yet she was selected. That's the power of favor. Nehemiah got the permission and the provisions and leave to build a wall as a result of one conversation with the right person. Oh, help me now. I wish I had some help in here. How do you get permission and provisions to build a wall surrounding a city? That's millions and millions of dollars. In the modern world, it's billions of dollars. You got billions of dollars. You got licenses and permits, and you got leave, work leave, to go and build this wall as a result of one conversation. That's called favor. Number 4 is Daniel. He went from death row to destiny's door and became the chief advisor to a king. Daniel was actually executed, okay, as far as the system was concerned. When he was put in the lion's den, that was his execution. But he survived the execution, and he came out to become the most powerful, influential, significant man in the entire world, Daniel. And that happened by the science of favor. Is there anybody here that's ready to write favor in the chat box? Just write favor in the chat box. Woo! So I've got here, why does favor matter? Why does favor even matter? Watch this. God's plan for perilous times usually involves the sudden promotion of chosen people to key positions of national significance, influence, and leadership. I'm going to say that one more time. God's plan for perilous times usually involves the sudden promotion of chosen people to key positions of national significance, influence, and leadership. You say, Bishop, why do you say that's God's plan? Because we just read it to you. Joseph God suddenly promoted him to this position of significance. Esther suddenly promoted to this position. Nehemiah suddenly promoted. Daniel suddenly promoted. Sudden promotions are a sign of favor, and they happen by favor, not by labor. And God usually does this in perilous times. And we opened up tonight with prayers for Israel because we're in perilous times. We are in perilous times. And whenever perilous times are upon us, God selects people and suddenly promotes them. Number two, from these positions, they can intercept the enemy. They can influence the direction of nations and protect the interests of heaven on earth. That's why God suddenly promotes people. He suddenly promotes you in an industry. He suddenly promote your business to become the market leader. He'll suddenly promote you in the organization to have influence and authority in the organization. God will suddenly promote you, and he suddenly promotes you because you are his way of intercepting the enemy. You are his way of influencing the direction of the company, the organization, the ministry, the city, the nation. You are the one he has chosen to influence that direction and to protect the interests of heaven on earth. And this means that many believers are on the brink of a career breakthrough. Many believers are right now on the brink of a career breakthrough and are about to experience a promotion to key positions of leadership in society at large. Now, I just want to see in the chat box, and I just want to hear from those who already know and sense that you are on the brink of a career breakthrough right now. I want you to start to send up emojis, shout amen, say that's me, say something in the chat box, because I need to know I'm speaking to the right people tonight. All right, it's coming through. It's coming through. It's coming through. It's coming through. And while you're writing, I'm going to share with you some words to inspire you. From Genesis 39, verses 21 to 23. It says, "But the Lord was with Joseph and showed him mercy and gave him favor in the sight of the keeper of the prison." Ooh, hold on a second. God gave him favor in the sight. I want you to make a note of that. In the sight, in the perception, in the opinion of the keeper of the prison. And the keeper of the prison committed to Joseph's hand all the prisoners that were in the prison. And whatsoever they did there, he was the doer of it. The keeper of the prison looked not to anything that was under his hand, because the Lord was with him, and that which he did, the Lord made it to prosper. Now, hold on a second. You see, favor is not fair. I need to make it clear. Favor is not fair. And favor can cause you to prosper even in the prison. Joseph prospered in prison. Joseph was promoted in prison. Joseph had power in prison. And it was all because God gave him favor in the sight. That's the perception, the opinion of a key person, which was the keeper of the prison. And I think some of you know where we're going right now. Some of you sensing where we might be going right now. Favor works by perception. Perception gave him favor in the sight of. Favor works by perception. It is a response to the way you see someone. A response to the way you see someone. God favors you by informing the way others see you. Now, guess what? Every believer has the favor of God. Okay? By virtue of your faith in Christ, you are favored by God. And another word for favor is grace. Okay? So you are already saved by favor through faith in Christ, by grace through faith in Christ. But when God gives you favor in the sight of other people, what God is doing is he is informing the way they see you. Because favor works by perception. It is a response to the way you see someone. It's a response to undisclosed information. So that's little known facts about someone, including who they are and whose they are, can result in favor. In other words, look, I remember when I was in my early 20s, okay? And in my early 20s, I would do anything I could to get to a minister's conference. I loved to preaching conferences, ministers training conferences, and I would travel, fly, drive to get to a minister's conference. I was just hungry to learn. And I would be in those conferences, sometimes on my own, in another country, in another state, and I'd be in those conferences. And people would, say, oh, hi. And who are you? I said, oh, my name's Wayne. I'm from London, and da-da-da. And here's what some of the preachers would say. The preachers would say, oh, so you're from London. Okay, so how big is your church? How big is your church? And I'd say, well, it's really small. Just started. And they'd be like, okay, well, that's good. It's nice to meet you. You keep on going. And then there'd be others who would meet me and they'd say, tell me about your ministry. I'd say, well, we just started, and I'm just wanting to learn. And they'd look at me and they'd say, wow, there's something about you, young man. There's something about you. I can see greatness in your future. I can see that you're going to be someone very significant. Now, here's my personal number. If you ever need anything from me, you call me because I'm your friend, okay? And I've got your back. Now, why would the persons do that? They did it because God disclosed something to them that was undisclosed to others. They saw things in my life. They saw things in me that maybe I didn't see in myself. And they gave me opportunities and they gave me counsel and they gave me leverage. That's how favor works. Top right, a personal prediction. So your beliefs about where someone is going in life or business can result in favor. In other words, sometimes a person will meet you and they're going to be like, you know what? One day you're going to be a very wealthy person. I can see you're going to be very wealthy. You're going to be very influential. I can see it in your future. And so I'm going to help you now in any way that I can because I can see where you're going. Number 3, bottom left, hidden qualities revealed. You can see valuable qualities in the person that you favor. Other people can't see it, but you can see it. You can see, you know what? This person is trustworthy. I can see this person can be trusted. I can see this person can be relied on. I can see this person is dependable. I can see you're loyal. I can see that you're diligent. I can see that you have a spirit of excellence. How can they see it? They see it because God has shown it to them. God is informing their perception of you. Now they are showing you favor. And finally, an instruction from God. God has told you to look after someone, and this results in favor. Now, I don't know who I'm speaking to right now, but I'm just going to speak to everyone. But there are times in your life you just feel compelled and convicted to help someone, and you don't even know why. And you just feel compelled and convicted to either sow a seed into their life, to bring them with you into an opportunity, to support them in some way. You just feel like you are compelled to do it. That's an instruction from God. And so what is favor? It's a response to the way someone is seeing you. But they're seeing you that way because God has informed them. Now let's read this. This is powerful. Favor occurs when God informs the beliefs and opinions of key people and I've put key people in capitals, key people about you, so that they see in you what others cannot see and what you sometimes cannot see in yourself. There it is. How does favor occur? God informs the beliefs and opinions of key people about you, so they see in you what others cannot see and what sometimes you are yet to see in yourself. Wow. So this brings me to the question, who are key people? Because see, God is not informing everyone. God's not informing the beliefs and opinions of everyone about you, because quite frankly, everyone doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that everyone likes you, that everyone trusts you, that everyone knows you, that everyone believes in you, in your potential, in your destiny, in your future. It doesn't matter that everyone believes, because everyone can't help you go where God has sent you. The only people that it really matters is key people, because key people have the keys to your next dimension. Key people are the people who have keys to your next level. Key people are the people who can open a door for you and bring you into an arena of greatness, or bring you into an arena of opportunity, or bring you into an arena of resource. These are key people, and those are the only people that God is speaking to about you. Notice, God did not inform the beliefs of all the prisoners about Joseph, only the keeper of the prison. The keeper of the prison saw something in Joseph that the others could not see. The keeper of the prison saw something in Joseph beyond the allegations, beyond the indictments, beyond all of it. The keeper of the prison saw things in Joseph. And the reason God informed him is because he had keys. And guess what? If you don't have keys for me, oh no, this is going to be deep. It's going to hurt someone's feelings right now. Get ready, because it's going to hurt someone's feelings right now. If you don't have keys for me, then what you think about me doesn't matter to me. Like, if you don't have keys to get me from where I am to where God has destined me to be, why should your opinion even matter? Why should your like or dislike of my post matter? Why should your, you don't matter. Let's just get it straight. You don't matter. And see, we are a generation, and you guys that are part of this kingdom movement need to understand that it is your job, right, to work on improving yourself, not on proving yourself. I wish I had some help in here. I'm gonna work on improving myself, not on proving myself. Right? Because you'll never prove yourself to everyone, because everyone doesn't actually matter. What matters are the key people and the people to whom you are assigned. And God will inform their beliefs. God will inform their opinions. God will show them things about you that other people cannot see. So other people just think you're a big mouth. Some other people may think, well, you're just a show off. Other people may think, oh, well, you're faking it till you make it. They're entitled to their opinion. But key people are going to see in you qualities, virtues, values, prophecies, promises, destinies. They're going to see things in you that no one else can see. And they're going to open doors for you that no one can shut. They are going to invite you into arenas of opportunity and resource. And nothing can stop it, because God has shown them who you are. And that's what is the open door that no man can shut. The open door that no man can shut is favor. And when God says, I set before you an open door and no man can shut it, he's talking about favor. He's saying, look, when I give you favor in the sight of a key person, they will open a door for you. And even if everyone else is screaming, you're not worthy, you haven't been here long enough, you're not qualified, you're the wrong person, it won't matter because God has informed the key person. This is how Daniel was an immigrant. Daniel was not a Babylonian. Daniel did not worship any of the gods of Babylon or Chaldea. Daniel was a faithful servant of God, and he was hated by some of his colleagues. His colleagues sought to imprison and execute him, right? And yet the king says, Daniel, there's an excellent spirit in you. Daniel, there's something I see in you, and I can't pretend I don't see it. So, Daniel, I'm going to make you the president of all the princes in this kingdom. I'm going to take you, an immigrant, a child of the captivity, a person that doesn't even believe in our gods, and I'm going to put you over the entire political mechanism of my entire empire, and I'm going to do it because of what I see in you. That, my friends, is the science of favor. I wish I had some screaming amens in here. Now, who are the key people? I'm starting to close. Who are the key people? If you miss this, you miss everything. Key people are the only people God is speaking to about you. Everyone else is entitled to their opinion, but their opinion doesn't matter. Key people is who God is speaking to about you. Number one, key people are gatekeepers. Gatekeepers are key people with whom God may give you favor. So that's someone who can give you an audience, give you access. Typically, they are PAs and personal assistants, or they are members of associations, networks, and organizations that have the privilege to invite someone else along. They're gatekeepers because there are some arenas you can't go into. You have to be invited. There are places you cannot just go. You have to be invited. There are conversations you can't just join. You have to be invited. Okay? There are resources you can't simply access. You have to be invited. And there are gatekeepers to prevent the wrong people from coming in. God will give you favor in the sight of a gatekeeper. Number two, decision makers. Decision makers. These are key people who usually have gatekeepers shielding them. So a decision maker is now the executive, is the person that can sign the check, is the person that can say yes or no, is the person that can appoint or disappoint. That decision maker, God gives you favor in the sight of the decision maker. And finally, the influencer. The influencer exists in every field and can influence both gatekeepers and decision makers alike. And there are always, you see, kings have counsel. In the Old Testament, the kings had prophets or wise men. If they were pagan, they had wise men. If they were of the house of Israel, they had prophets. Kings had prophets. And the prophets were influencers, and the prophets influenced the people and the king. They influence the gatekeepers and the decision makers. And when God gives you favor in the sight of a genuine prophetic influencer, then they're going to speak well of you. They're going to bring your name up before the king, the decision maker. They're going to bring your name up before the gatekeeper. They're going to say, this is the person you need to see. This is who you need to talk to. I'm not just speaking out of a Bible study. I am telling you from my personal experience that some of the greatest opportunities in my life were the result of someone calling my name to a gatekeeper or a decision maker and saying, if you've not heard of this guy, if you've not heard of Wayne Malcolm, watch this video. He's going to be the best person to speak at your convention. He's going to be the best person to coach your team. He's going to be the best person to do your training. He's going to be the best person. That's someone else speaking about me. That's called favor. And all of a sudden, bang, I'm invited into these huge arenas, these circles of influence, these arenas of opportunity and resource. Was it my labor? No, it's God's favor. And because I know that, I'm grateful. I'm like, thank you, Jesus. I am not bigging up myself. Sorry, that's an English phrase. I just make that very, very clear. That's a UK. I'm not bigging up myself. I am bigging up my King Jesus because he gave me favor. He informed the opinions of key people about me so they could see in me what other people could not see, and sometimes I was yet to see in myself. They saw the qualities, the values, the virtues in me, and they gave me opportunities. That all came about by the science of favor. Now, if you're going to find key people, I give you 3 steps. Number 1, show up, show up, show up. You cannot avoid social settings, whether physical or digital, and expect to find key people. No. So this is the first. So this is now my responsibility. My responsibility is to show up. Okay, show up. I want someone to shout in the chat box, "Show up." All right, show up, whether physical or digital, because you're not gonna meet key people if you're in hiding. Right? If you are socially anxious to the degree that you won't even show up. Show up. Number 2, speak up. Speak up, right? Prepare your speech, your pitch, your introductions, your thoughts before a meeting. Look for an opportunity to speak and open your mouth and speak. If they say, oh, has anyone got any questions? Yes, I do. Does anyone want to make a comment? Yes, I do. Is anyone here from England? Yes, I am. Is anyone here? Yes, me. Show up and speak up. Show up and speak up, because God has to get you on someone's radar. So you show up, you speak up, and number 3, stand out. Stand out. Now, that could be your dress sense. That could be your demeanor. It could be the presence that you bring. It's going to get you noticed. Never, never just walk into a room. Make an entrance. I wish I had some help in here. Never just walk into a room. Always make an entrance. And this is going to begin to tap you in to the science of favor. What if everything you've been taught about money, prosperity, and God's intention for the earth has been too small, too narrow, and totally disconnected from the original plan? What if your struggle has never been about your potential, but about your perspective? And what if the real economy, the one God designed before the foundations of the world, has been waiting for you to discover it? Well, that's why I wrote Kingdom Economics. And before this book is released to the world, I want to give you an opportunity to get ahead of everyone else, to join the waiting list, and to be among the first to access a revelation that is going to redefine how you see wealth, work, stewardship, and purpose. Kingdom Economics is not another book about money. It's a prophetic blueprint. It's the rediscovery of God's original purpose for global prosperity, the prosperity of nations, families, and kingdom citizens. It'll show you that God has a purpose, a plan, and a process for your increase, and that everything He designed for you begins with alignment, not anxiety. From Eden to Abraham to Christ, this book reveals a pattern. God never intended scarcity. God never mandated smallness. God never glorified survival. He created you for dominion, productivity, influence, and generational impact. But here's the important part. The book is not yet released, and before we make it available publicly, I want to open the doors for those who are hungry, ready, and positioned to join the waiting list. And to reward early action, I'm giving something special. The first 50 people who join the waiting list and purchase the book on release day will receive the full audiobook version completely free. That's right, buy the physical or digital book on release day, and if you're among the first 50 buyers from the waiting list, the professionally narrated audiobook is yours at no cost. This will allow you to not only read the revelation, but also hear it, meditate on it, and carry it with you as you rise into a new economic reality. Join the waiting list today, be among the first to receive Kingdom Economics when it launches, and secure your chance to receive the audiobook absolutely free. This book will challenge you, stretch you, correct you, elevate you, and align you with God's original design for your life. Your future is calling, your assignment is calling, and creation is groaning for what you will build next. Join the waiting list now and be one of the first 50 to claim the free audiobook when Kingdom Economics is released.
Hey, I'm Bishop Wayne Malcolm, author, coach, and founder of the Epic Kingdom Network. If you've ever felt like something's missing in what you've been taught about Christianity, you're not wrong. Most of us were taught that heaven and the hereafter are the goal, prize, and sole objective of the faith. But the original message of Christ taught us to engage, to influence, and to transform the world. Believe it or not, Jesus didn't die to get us into heaven. He died to get heaven into us, and then through us into the earth. What if I told you that Christianity was never meant to be a religion, but rather a relationship and a global revolution? A divine intervention, not a man-made institution. The original message and mission of Christ was hijacked, diluted, distorted, and replaced with a religion. My new ebook, Kingdom Theology for Kingdom Citizens, is not just another devotional, it's a call to action. A bold reintroduction to the original message of Christ, a message of dominion, not escapism, of transformation, not tradition. You'll learn what it means to rule and reign with Christ, to steward wealth with purpose, to influence government, education, culture, and business as an ambassador of heaven. This book will shift your lens, stir your spirit, and set you on course with divine clarity. And right now, for a limited time, I'm giving you free access to the digital and audiobook versions. No cost, no catch. Just click the link in the description, grab your copy, and step into clarity.
Hey there, entrepreneurs! If you enjoy the teachings of Bishop Wayne Malcolm, I've got something amazing for you. Introducing the New Breed Community, an exclusive online platform for kingdom-conscious entrepreneurs, professionals, investors, and creators. This isn't just a community, it's a movement where we discuss and explore kingdom concepts. Here, kingdom-minded people connect, share, learn, and grow together. Inside, you'll find exclusive content from Bishop Wayne Malcolm, including special sessions just for members. And the best part? It's free to join. The New Breed Community sits on the Heartbeat platform, where Bishop Wayne Malcolm is excited to meet you online. Join us for weekly Q&A sessions with Bishop Wayne and get exclusive insights that can transform your life. Love to read? Join our book club to feed your mind and spirit. Got a prayer request? Post it and let's lift each other up. Have a testimony? Share how God's goodness is shining in your life. We're more than just a community, we're a movement. Discover the powerful relationship between your profession and your purpose. Join us now on the Heartbeat platform. Connect with us and let's grow together. Bishop Wayne Malcolm and the New Breed Community are waiting for you. So what are you waiting for? Hit that join button and step into a world of connection and growth. A warm welcome awaits you. See you on the inside.